Okay, there we go. Test, test. Hey, hey. Check 1 2 1 2. Can everyone hear me? Can anyone hear me? All right. Looks like screen is good here. Or am I good? All right. Yeah, looks like I'm good. Oh, brother. I've had I've had people tell me my voice is attractive. So, it sounds like everything's working. Great. Hope everyone's doing well here. We got a interesting overnight setup over here towards south central Texas, and also we have winter weather we're going to be tracking here too. Main threat for tonight is going to be large hail, but the threat of some damaging winds and maybe a spin up or two isn't out of the question. In fact, a little earlier over here towards Mississippi, over towards Jackson, there was actually a tornado warning earlier. So this might be a short stream. It could turn out to be a little bit longer. We'll have to see how things play out here. But this is going to be the first of many streams over the course of the next few days, with this only being day 1 out of 3 slight risk in a row here. Tomorrow potentially being upgraded along with Monday's threat. So a lot to keep track of here. So hit that like button. If you're new around here, definitely consider subscribing. And then also feel free to leave a comment, share, and we'll go on from there. I think Monday I'm still kind of trying to hash out what that's going to be. But I think Sunday afternoon, early Sunday afternoon might be the main thing. But looks like there could be maybe 2 rounds. I know this is going to have a little bit of oomph to it as we get into the early morning hours. And then after that, there's going to be a secondary round, and that's going to be the one that includes Baton Rouge and New Orleans, Lake Charles, maybe Lufkin as well. Monday's threat is going to entail a lot of the Florida Panhandle, South Alabama, South Georgia. And then there's like 2 rounds with that as well. So that one's kind of got me up in the air as to when I'll start. Because when I start, I'm probably not going to be able to stop. While I'm at it here, let me go ahead and switch radar modes here. We're right now looking at multi-regional scan. So right now we'll just kind of look at the severe weather threat, and then we'll go on from there. That's what he said. What did I say? What did I do? I already done goofed, I feel like. I'm just kidding. Looks like San Angelo's about to get into some action here. See if we can't find some cameras over there. So hope everyone's had a good start to well, even though it's only 25 minutes old, hope everyone's had a good start to Super Bowl Sunday. What are you going to be doing for it? I'm curious, by the way. And if you are watching the game, if you are into football at all, who are you rooting for? I'm not going to lie. I think I'm going to go with the 49ers, man. It's hard to go against the way the Chiefs play and whatnot, but at the same time, I ain't going to lie. 49ers seem like a team that's up to the task. Work till 4:30 Mountain Time. Sheesh. Well, it's probably going to be a long stream Sunday. So that's probably why I might cut this one short depending on how things play out. If it's pretty major tonight, then we'll probably hang around for a bit longer. Worst case scenario, I'll stay up till about maybe 3 Eastern. Maybe, nope, probably no later than that. Like, it has to be like flat out jump for me to try to push beyond that point. And then tomorrow, man, I would be surprised if that doesn't end up getting upgraded based off some of the parameters I'm seeing. Like the moisture return in particular has got my attention. A couple models are overperforming a bit with that. Particularly the NAM 3 kilometer and the HRRR have been kind of really hot on that in the last couple of runs. With any luck, we might see a downtrend overnight, and that would be the most ideal scenario there. Otherwise, we could be in for a long and maybe even dangerous evening. So far, the cameras are still pretty quiet over here right now. There's nothing to really show at the moment. Don't even see any lightning in the distance anywhere, at least from what I've been looking at so far. Also, another thing we'll be periodically checking in on is the winter weather threat here as well. We go over towards Colorado Springs, Pueblo. There's still some snow falling right there. It's not necessarily a major event going on over here, but notice these little areas in the white and then eventually the yellow, the orange, and even the darker shade of orange here. This is the winter storm severity index here. And the brighter the colors, of course, the more significant the impact. When you start to get into these orangish colors here, we're starting to get into moderate to maybe even major impacts here. And we see this over here where there's also winter storm warnings over towards the Texas Panhandles. But this storm system that's over towards Colorado Springs right now is eventually going to work its way to the south here. And this is also going to be that same storm system that triggers our severe weather threat for tomorrow. What we're seeing right here is our day one slight risk, but if we shift over here, we can actually look at our day two slight risk. And you can see how it now has moved a little bit to the east here. Now it's starting to entail areas like Jackson, Meridian, Mississippi, Hattiesburg, Laurel, Gulfport. Then you also see, as we mentioned before, Houma, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Alexandria, and then over towards eastern Texas, Lufkin, Beaumont, and others. So, like I said, a lot of weather that we're going to be tracking here. A lot of this we're going to probably be going live for. Tomorrow seems like it could be a pretty big day, and then Monday could be a big one as well. But for right now, this is the main thing that we're looking at right now. It's going to be more of a chill stream, more of a hail stream, if you will. It's kind of the thing we did a little bit last year. But even so, there's still a chance that maybe a storm or two out of this little segment that's going to form here might spin up a tornado or carry a damaging wind gust for a brief period of time. Still looking through cameras just to see if there's any sort of lightning that I can catch at the moment right now. These storms are still maturing here, so these aren't prolific lightning producers. I think over the course of the next hour, we'll see the lightning strikes really begin to go on an uptick here. But we're starting to see some lightning flashes here or there on radar, at least, indicated by these little white strikes here. But I do, like I said, I do think that these will only ramp up as we continue to go through the evening here. Also, like I said before, we're also looking over towards Amarillo and areas to the south here to eventually see a changeover from rain to snow here, and potentially even some heavy snow here too. Right now, we're still seeing most of that activity a little further off to the north here. Heaviest activity is really going to be towards Pueblo and areas like La Junta, Lamar, Trinidad, and Walsenburg, all the way in Colorado. Later this evening into the overnight, we'll probably see this transition more. So this is quite a way to start out Super Bowl Sunday on our end here. Go ahead and put this in a loop here, and I'll keep searching through some cameras. If anyone's curious about the weather in their area over the next couple of days, feel free to say something in the comments. I don't bite. I'll answer the question. Excuse me. Also, I'm going to go ahead and share this real quick, see if we can get some more people, or at least get into the algorithm a bit more. Okay, so we also got a view here of La Junta right now. This is a still shot, though. There's no live images, but this was a little bit earlier today. You can see a pretty good coating of snow over here right now. So this is something that we'll be watching, of course, throughout the evening as well here. But yeah, these are the current conditions over here towards areas like La Junta. We're still getting some pretty heavy snow bands with this system here. And then, of course, we're still just waiting and watching in regards to St. Angelo right now with the severe setup. Storms are getting closer, so we should be able to get a view here momentarily. Give me 1 second here. There we go. I don't think that... Is there not any cameras online here right now? Wow. Figured at least towards the air base over here we would be able to get something going. Hey, Clint. How you doing? Sheesh. St. Angelo is pretty much dead as can be right now as far as cameras are concerned. It's kind of crazy. Then again, when I think about it, out west over towards that area, they don't have as much in the way of cameras. It's a little bit more. The further west you go into Texas, the more remote it is. But that's still not a small town. I thought there would be at least a news cam here. That's a surprise. There's also a little bit of I also am seeing a little bit of wintry precipitation over towards Dodge City as well right now. Impacts are supposed to be pretty minor at the moment, but we do have a decent little snow band over there right now. Areas further off to the east, of course, are transitioning over to rain because we're behind the front. Hey, here we go. Here's some people coming in. Appreciate you guys popping in here at this time of the evening here. I know it's pretty late, but we do have some interesting weather going on here at the moment. We have a severe setup to the south here. We could see these storms intensifying and increasing in coverage as we go through the overnight here. I'm mainly concerned about hail with these, but the threat of tornadoes and damaging winds aren't zero either, so we're watching that. Then further up to the north here, we have a winter storm going on and more significant impacts coming into play here. So, like I said, it's going to be a long night, and this is going to be the start of a pretty lengthy stretch here. Hey, I know how it is. I know how it is, Baconator. It's okay. Everybody's kind of going through it. I am too, if I'm being honest. I can't even afford my own daggone membership. So, hey, I ain't judging. No big deal. Appreciate you even doing that. Yeah. I just decided to cut the sides a little bit because, well, finally warmed up and the stubble was getting to a point where it's just getting to be too much. So I decided to shave my face, shave the sides a little bit. My hair's still here, but yeah, it's kind of awkward for me at least. Thank you though. I'm glad somebody likes it. I haven't had anyone say anything bad about it, but you know, this is just one of those things I'm kind of like self-conscious about for whatever reason. Enough about my haircut, though. I've yet to see any larger hail reports at the moment, but I'm almost waiting because I get the feeling that once we get past St. Angelo here, these are going to really start to take off. I just wish we could get a view right now of what these storms are doing. Wish yours looked as good as mine. That's a surprise. Crazy thing is, believe it or not, I cut my own hair, dude. It's kind of scary to do. That's also why I guess I'm self-conscious about it. But it's literally a hope and a prayer for me, honestly. Like, yeah, 10 out of 10 would not recommend doing it unless you really are just that confident in knowing what you're doing, and even then, you're still gonna be unsure. But anyway, though, looking I'm looking at these storms right now. I do think that maybe this storm just to the northwest of San Angelo could eventually start to produce damaging winds. These storms seem like they show just a tiny bit of evidence of divergence, but kind of hard to tell this still. I'm going to put this in a loop here. I do also have a slight concern with maybe flash flooding down the line. Because unless these storms start to speed up, they're going to be going over. A lot of these are going to clip the same areas. And they don't look like they're moving that fast. So that's up to you. I mean, there's not really much going on just yet. Look at this storm right here. Wow. This one has an interesting looking structure. The storm is literally building backwards. It's a back builder. Inflows out towards the front flank of the storm, and this is getting sheared off in the opposite direction. South of where? Iran, Texas. Well, I know there's some people over there that are like, what the hell? I'm trying to make a joke about a town name. I'm not really going to do that. Oh, yeah, I do see it, though. Some baby rotation right here. Just to the south. Maybe like southeast. But yeah, just that little tiny signature right there. We're going to have to keep an eye on. Good catch, Kyle. Appreciate that one. I mean, I'll get on if you really want me to, but I'm just saying right now, there's really no point. Well, with this storm, we're gonna have to watch. With this one, maybe, why not? The heck with it. Let me go ahead and do this let me go ahead and go into voice chat real quick. Oh. Yeah, we knew you wanted to anyway. Well, here we are here. Go on, jump in. Storm just looks really... I can't get over the storm structure of this cell right here. And it's severe thunderstorm warning now. This storm here over towards Bayard and Clyde, just to the south of Clyde and Bayard. Wow. I don't really get this. I've seen this happen like in person, but not on radar. I'm the kind of person that enjoys a little finer details in weather like this right here. But now it brings our severe thunderstorm warning total to 2 right now. A grand total of 2. And this storm's starting to look a little bit better that Kyle had pointed out here. I do see a little bit of an inflow notch trying to form here. Just need this to mature just a little bit more to go from there. Hang on a minute now. There's a little inflow notch here. There is a chance maybe that this could be trying to split. If this does split and it holds together, could have something here too. Wind profile here isn't incredible, but it might be suitable enough to get something going here. Had up to 11 people already at one point, 50 views. That's not bad for the channel. I can relate to that, PC being angry. I just really hate that there's no cameras over here towards San Angelo. This is really frustrating. We're gonna have to wait for these to get a little further off to the east here. Hello, diabetic rat. Appreciate the bump though. How about tornado threat? Right now, I think the tornado threat's still pretty low. Not saying that it's zero, but I don't expect a lot of these storms to really get going as far as tornadic potential. I think that threat really is going to be more for tomorrow. Not to say that there can't be one or two. Like maybe this one over to the south of Iran, I guess. I'm kind of having trouble with the two A's here. But still, that storm looks like it's the only one that's even remotely close to having any sort of rotation. And even then, it's kind of struggling right now. So I wouldn't be concerned about tornado yet. I ran away from tornado. I'm disappointed in you, Baconator. That was lame. Boo. And there's a nice little inflow notch in this storm over towards Clyde and Baird here. But even so, it's not really looking all that organized. So I'm not. So again, like I said, I'm not really too concerned with anything tornadic at the moment. But we know this stuff tends to change at the drop of a dime. It looks like it could be a really good season out there for you guys in the plains. So I'm not surprised that he's psyched. I'm psyched for y'all. Just, obviously be careful and be prepared for what you could see. Because it could be a big season. Kyle had given us a pretty good, we had a pretty good discussion with Kyle about some of the parameters that we could see based off of. Hey man, it's a real thing. It comes with the territory. I got trained in search and rescue a long time ago, actually around your age. It's not something that you often end up wanting to do. It's just usually that call to action. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it often will boil down to. It's a call to action language. But no, I don't blame him. I don't blame him for wanting to try to shield you from that. Because it is rough. I ain't gonna lie. It is rough. You could see some crazy stuff. That being said, though, you said poop. You didn't even delete your comment. I could still see it. It's alright. That's not a big deal. Oh no, I know. I know what he's really referring to. You don't have to be graphic because I already know it. I already know exactly what you would see in those. Anyway, though, let's go ahead and look at this San Angelo storm on reflectivity again. This actually isn't looking all that bad now. The storm is looking a little impressive here. You're gonna what? No. Somebody Kyle screenshot that. Kyle, you really said that. Wow, that's crazy, dude. I'm gonna slapstick. I'm not repeating that. Because then you guys are gonna clip it and make it into a blooper, and I'm not falling for it, okay? I'm not. I don't know if it was on stream or not, but I'm not falling for it. Not tonight. He said it on stream? What the? Oh, God, here we go with you. Here we go with you guys. You two are something else, man. What's blooped? The fact that I said, nope, I'm not giving you the blooper? Sorry. Is that what it is? Dear God, Kyle, what have you done? You're teaching him the ways of life. What have you done? Oh, God. He is going to so. No, I'm just playing around. I'm playing around. He knows I'm joking. He knows I'm joking. Kyle knows I'm joking. I know. Well, you got to remember, Kyle's actually like older than me, so I'm pretty sure he has plenty of good life advice to give. Anyway, though, we appreciate Kyle here. Good actual life advice with candles. Oh no. Kyle's Kyle's in this. Kyle's gonna be silly for a little bit here. This ought to be entertaining. Anyone that's watching watching chat. Uh-oh. Ah, snap. He found his first bit of salt and pepper. I mean, it's bound to happen to all of us. I actually found like some salt and pepper in my hair before. And that was like when I was 22. So, hey, like I said, I really think it's bound to happen to all of us. I wish this storm was not so close to the radar, because then I'd be able to get a better look at velocity. But even so, it doesn't look like it's all that impressive. It looks rather benign. I mean, like I said, it's bound to happen, man. Oh, it's a patch. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, we got a nice little jump here. Got people actually tuning in right now. Well, to anyone who's just tuning in for the first time tonight, we're currently on watch for some severe storms over here towards south central Texas. We have mainly concerns about hail here. We could be potentially getting some pretty large hail, possibly. There is also a threat, albeit a marginal one, for maybe a quick spin up tornado and some damaging winds. These storms are expected to increase in intensity over the course of the next couple of hours here. And then on top of all of that, let's say you're over here towards maybe Plainview, Amarillo, maybe even Lubbock. This right
Amarillo.
Here. Jeez, Baconator, what the heck, dude? You know what? I'm about to mute you just for that, man. But if you're over here towards Amarillo or Lubbock here, we're actually looking at the threat for winter weather as well. Maybe even some significant snowfall here too. So lot to cover tonight, and this is going to be the first of maybe 3 days worth of streams here. Well, technically two, because we're already past midnight in my time zone, but still. That being said, party's more or less just getting started here. Could be a big day tomorrow. Baconator, would you like to add to this, sir?
No.
It sounds like you have like an auto tune feature on your mic or something. 'Cause you sound way different than last
No.
time.
Oh. It's probably because it's late.
Just tired, I guess. I can understand
My
that.
voice is always in the mornings and in the nights.
Let's take this time to do an ab workout. Shoot. I haven't been in the gym for a minute. It's been kind of crazy, the fact that I have been out of the action so long here. But
And all the New Year's people.
You said what?
And all the New Year's people.
That's not why. It's been other stuff going on that's kind of been messing with me on that.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not really looking to get into those details though. It's not something to talk about on stream because it's a mess. I'll leave and I'll just leave it at that. But hey, that's life for you. Corn. Well, Kyle, technically you are corn husker, so I'm not surprised you would say that. Also, how much do you want to bet that corn sweat's going to play a factor in some of the storms this year? Daggone it, where's contingent set? Because that'd be pretty funny if I made that little segue and then he displays that clip from that one video we did.
On KDYX, like north of Winters, there's a little bit of something.
You said KDYX?
KDYX north of Winters.
I typed WX. This is a little bit. This is probably gonna be like on the edge of that warm front here. This is a nice little feature though. Looks like it could try and bow out actually, possibly. Oh wow. Jesus, Kyle. You go on one, man. Looks like a new meso discussion got issued. Go ahead and, since I have Discord up already, let me go ahead and show. Okay. So basically this little area that's just popped up here in the blue. Yeah, it's not going to let me click on it. So this area in the blue is actually a meso discussion for large hail threat. It's expected to increase overnight here. Really think within the next couple of hours it will. What were you saying?
2 to 2.5 inches with any stronger supercell.
Yeah, so that's what, about tennis ball size?
Sure.
Oh, jeez. That didn't sound very confident. Sure.
I've been out of this for a while, so I don't know my hail sizes.
Yeah, I mean... Uh-oh. Hang on, that's a pause right there, Kyle. Bacon balls. That is a pause right there, buddy. Anyway. Dear God, you guys might have foobarred it. Well, one thing to note about this region over here is the fact that the lapse rates over here, which are what you would need for hail, are insane. And then on top of that, looking at vertically integrated liquid for the first time this year, even though these storms aren't that impressive, the values are already getting close to maxed out, if not maxed. Yep, that's maxed right there. And then I think I saw another one over here. Yep, it's the San Angelo storm. That one's maxed as well. I really think some of these stronger storms are gonna really start ramping up here in the next little bit here. And this is, of course, in the one section where I can't get access to any cameras, man. That's the only thing that's kind of a bummer right now. Because, like, over towards San Angelo, I have absolutely nothing. Like, I've looked like an hour before the stream started, and I still have yet to find anything.
Oh, there's a little couplet forming where I was talking about. A little.
It's a small couplet.
Small little guy.
I think that storm is probably formed right on the... Could you check surface analysis? I'm betting that storm's formed like right on the hinge of that warm front. It seems like it has that kind of calling card, if you know what I'm saying.
How do I check surface analysis?
The Storm Prediction Center usually will have one, and I would say also check Radar Omega, but there's updates really slow.
East of Wingate is.
But yeah, Storm Prediction Center is probably a good source.
Making me do all your work.
Hey, I'm using 3 computer screens right now. I got my laptop next to the 2 screens. I'm monitoring chat. See Kyle's nonsense here. Ryan Sawyer is laughing out loud about bacon ball sized hail over the stationary front. Yep. I knew it was forming on a frontal boundary. Well, yeah, technically it still is stationary for now. So, but either way, it's still... I was half right. It's like 60% right. Not half, a little over half right, but not completely right. Listen, give me a break, okay? That's a pause, Baconator. What are you guys doing, man? What are you guys doing?
Have you never had eggplant parmesan before?
I have actually, but that's still a pause.
That's not a pause.
It is indeed a pause. Because it's the word eggplant, it is still a pause. We are not getting into this argument on stream, okay? We are not doing this. Oh, man. Good laughs. Good laughs. I wonder if this is going to maybe ramp up until... This may ramp up to the point where it gets a warning. I mean, the evidence is there, but I don't know yet. I think if it holds up and goes further east, though, I think it'll eventually pick up a little bit more.
How much alcohol do you think Kyle has drank tonight?
That's not... Oh, God. Oh, man. I don't know. It looks like y'all have made a friend here, Mr. Ryan Sawyer. Welcome to the channel. These are a couple of my admins here. They're good with weather, but as you can see, they're also pretty wacky. Yeah, I don't think Kyle's drank. This is completely authentic Kyle here.
Yeah.
Then again, like I said, when you have guys that are actual metalheads, you don't need to really drink in order to be crazy, because it's it's always been there, you know? Hey, Kyle, I was about to actually quote the Dos Equis commercial. It's going to be like, I don't always drink often, but when I do, dang it, I don't have a way to finish it. But
Why is it saying tornado? What?
what are you looking at?
Radar weird. It's like saying there's a tornado velocity thing on the one I was looking at.
Hmm. What feature are you looking at?
It's like the one like north of Winters, east of Wingate on KDYX. So
Is it that same storm?
I think so. It's the one on the stationary front, if I am
Yeah,
correct.
it's that same storm.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call that a tour signature or anything like that.
Yeah, no. Radar scopes a little can be a little weird sometimes.
That's the next one on the list here, because I'd really love to have two different sites to look at. Because apparently you can do a four-way screen on Radar Scope. I just like the presentation that Radar Maker gives in comparison. It's a little bit smoother.
Yeah, it's a lot smoother.
Uh oh. Hang on a second. Okay, I was about to say because I looked over to the screen to the left here. I just saw like no data connection. I was like, hold on a minute, hold on a minute. What? I don't know why I've been having that problem so much as of late. Let me check something real quick. Yeah, it looks like I'm fine here. What in the heck is going on with this? And on top of that, it's like dead of night here. Everyone else in the house is asleep except for me. Maybe
Okay, I
there's
think like Radar Omega and Radar Scope have like different data. It sort of looks like. I don't know. Looks
uh
weird. Oh wait, no, it doesn't. It was just behind.
oh. I mean, I think they use a lot of the same data, so it's kind of. Hang on a
Yeah,
minute. Look over here towards St. Angelo, just to the southwest of the radar site. As far as what it looks like on KDYX, it looks like there's a signature here. Obviously, we aren't going to be
yeah.
able to look at it from St. Angelo's site directly because, well, it's pretty much right on top of it.
Still showing up on base. So
Yeah, yeah, I'm not able to really see anything once I actually go to the site. But I mean, it's literally within 10 miles, so of course that's going to happen. You could try and look at a different tilt maybe, but even then I don't think either of us will see much.
tilt two. It's less.
It's a
Tracking
tiny bit better, but not much.
around a little bit. Base velocity for tilt two is wacky.
Yeah, it just kind of looks a little
Three,
little sloppy.
tilt four is just broken. Tilt three and tilt four are just broken.
I mean, you can kind of see something here, but even then, I don't think it's anything major at the moment. We'll just have to see how these evolve here. I think our stationary front storm has gotten a severe thunderstorm warning on it now.
Winters one?
Yep. Oh
That's
no,
a
that's
special
not.
weather
No, it's a different one. It's a different one. It was another one I was watching that was over towards Abilene.
Mm.
It's still in the warm sector though. I think I
Warm
actually might have
section.
gotten these two mixed up. The Putnam storm, but the winter storm actually does have a special weather statement on there. So it is trending in that direction where maybe we could see some warning get issued soon. And then on top of that, it looks like maybe we could be seeing divergence, like Kyle was talking about earlier. If Kyle's still here, I'd love to hear what he has to say with that.
They can talk off your chest. What does that even mean?
He's saying talk with your chest. Aw. I don't know. I guess he's saying put a little bit more bass in your voice. I don't know. Oh, by the
That was
way,
what.
I missed it here. Thanks for the sub, JP Westfall. Appreciate you. Welcome to the family here. Welcome to the commute. Welcome to the tribe.
Is it a bad thing to eat coins?
Is it a bad thing to eat what?
Coins.
Yes.
I know. I have a silver dollar here. It's looking sort of tasty.
Is it like a chocolate coin?
No.
If it's a real coin, then no, don't eat it.
Lame.
Huh?
Lame.
Yeah. You know everything that you eat goes in and then it has to come back out at some point. If you really want to deal with that kind of misery, be my guest. Don't say I didn't try to save you from yourself. Because if you
You're
complain to me,
lucky we're on stream. I could say something really right now.
all I all I gotta say is I tried to warn you. That's all I will
Eat
say.
coins.
This storm that Kyle's referring to, the Iran storm, is it's it got an interesting look to it. I think contingents would start laughing hysterically. In fact, screenshot the storm so that way somebody can put it up in Discord for him. 'Cause the storm's trying to look like is trying to put up a little dog leg over here to the south here that looks
There's the ironic, whatever
interesting.
storm.
Holy, really? Holy doo-doo. Wow, you guys are something else right now.
You told me not to curse.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're the only one that is cussing right now. Or you were the only one that was cussing. So,
No,
yeah,
you.
we don't want you cussing. If I'm not doing it, why are you? Okay.
Like big
So,
let me just bow out a little.
Midland Station. You see something over, what are you seeing over there, Kyle? Where is Midland Station, actually? Because I can't see it on, Radar Omega. I'm going to try and type it in.
Odessa, Midland.
You almost had me go all the way to Australia, man. What the heck? Oh, wait. Oh, Midland Fire Department Station. Wait, what? Kyle out here trolling. You got me. You happy? Daggone it. Okay. Yeah, the Iran storm looks up. There's the special weather statement. Oh, the radar station. Why didn't it take me to the radar station though? 'Cause, I mean, I literally was like right there, and I couldn't even see the little dot. I
Get
got
your
it.
eyes shut.
Oh, KMAF. I know about that station. I know that station code too. Oh man. Wow. Well, I feel smart. That's blooper worthy right there.
Oh, it's not stupid enough.
Well, screw you too then. Jeez. y'all really enjoy it when I mess up, I guess. Sheesh.
Yeah, because you're like the streamer person.
Yeah, that's true. Still got to figure out a way to clip all that together, or maybe I should just like release a bunch of shorts of the way of all the bloopers from last year.
Yeah, I was gonna put them all together, but then I was like, actually, no, this is gonna take too long. So,
Shoot, man. We'll figure it out. Hopefully, eventually. Cue the SpongeBob quote. One eternity later.
that was awful.
I wasn't trying.
No. That
I'm
was
too
like your Marge Simpson impression.
Marge Simp.
Do you not remember that?
Yes, I do remember that. Yes, you asked me because you paid. You asked me to do it because y'all sent a donation, and that's how that happened. Remember? So
No,
I
it wasn't. Contingents, contingents just said Marge, and you're like, tell her
speak,
Marge.
lady. He said, "Speak." No, I remember exactly how it went. He said, "Speak, lady, please," and I spoke, lady. I tried to.
No, that was a different one. That was a different one.
No, that was the same. That was all the same night. Bogus.
You know what I sound like a little girl.
No, I'm never.
Hey, you happy now, you dunces? You're lucky I can't cuss on here. Oops, I dropped my pencil.
What the
Shut up.
heck? Ew. Wow, you
There's
really?
no way you don't remember that.
Huh? You said what?
There's no way you don't remember that.
Anyway, Kyle's going to bed. See you tomorrow, I guess, Kyle. We'll probably be on right about at the time you get off of work. So no one try to pause that. Anyway, could we be? Oh, hang on a second. Kyle's storm over here towards Iran's looking a little bit better now, as a stronger inflow notch than it did before.
Why is it on Lubbock? What? Okay.
Oh, look at this. It's got a little baby couplet on there that's trying to get going. If it wraps up a bit here, we could have something.
Wait, what station are you on?
I went to KSJT now.
That's San Angelo. Right?
Yeah, it's St. Angelo.
If
Yeah,
you
I've been.
look on Midland, you can really see it.
You said what?
If you look on Midland, you can really see it.
Oh, you can't really see it on Midland. Yeah, it's a little further away though. Yeah, I try to go with what's closer. Yeah, I think San Angelo's just a bit closer. It's in a better spot. Even then, it's still not
Midland,
quite there yet. It's still got a
Just
ways to
maybe.
go. What were you saying?
Nothing. It's just.
Oh, alright. Okay.
There's a lot of lightning on that winter storm. There's a lot of lightning.
That's probably going to end up becoming a pretty big hailer. May even have a downburst or maybe even a microburst. Because I think
Mm,
it's kind of, well, for a minute there, kind of looked like what Kyle was talking about just a little bit, but I don't think it's going to hold up. But let me put this in a loop here and see if any divergence was ongoing. Actually, yeah, it is. It is kind of showing maybe a little bit of that potential downburst trend. Look at how this wind is blowing away from the radar here in the red. Uh, Dallas is expected to get some weather down the line. I don't think it's going to be too significant, but nonetheless, I would expect to hear some rumbles of thunder. It wouldn't surprise me if by some chance you ended up in a watch, but I think the worst of it should stay south of you. If the only way I could really see any sort of action over towards Dallas, like being a guarantee, is if that warm sector pushes a little further to the north. Not saying that it can't, but it seems right now like it would be unlikely. No problem, man. No problem. Happy to help. That's what I'm on here to do.
Catfish Smith. You seen no catfish?
I just had fish the other night, except it was trout and some shrimp.
That was a very weird combo for Atlanta.
Hey, we went with what was on sale, okay? Mom knows how to,
I mean,
but hey, Mom taught me how to make it work, man.
trout's good just for Atlanta. That's so weird. So far
Yeah,
down
you
south.
don't see it too much. You usually see something like flounder and shrimp or
Yeah, I like
catfish. And
flounders.
flounder's nasty, you
They have
said?
one store where I live. They have like a king salmon and stuff sometimes. Not cheap.
Uh-oh. You don't open a can of worms here. He said he earned that nickname. I don't know if I want to ask. I don't know if I want to
We're
ask.
talking about fishing, I hope.
I'm hoping it's the fishing thing and not the other thing. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I hope it's the fishing thing, man. Man, reminds me of when I used to go about an hour south of where I live now to go fishing just to catch catfish. But it was like in this really small pond, and it's like farm raised catfish that they had to go over there. So they were literally like stacked on top of each other. You could easily
Wow.
catch like 20 fish over there in like 2 hours. It
Well,
almost
what's
kind
fun
of
about?
takes the discipline out of fishing, though. It makes you kind of spoiled. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a double edged sword in a way.
One time I was fishing at a little pond where I live and I caught like a 40-pound snapping turtle. That was
That must have been fun to get off your line.
we didn't get it off of our line. It was like sort of scary.
I wouldn't blame you. I've caught my share of snapping turtles. Usually, I just let them have the rest of that line. Let them take it with them.
Yeah.
I know how.
Like that snapping turtle was not having it. It was like just felt like a snag. It didn't even run. It was just really pissed off. Like when I got it onto the shore.
That's sounds like my late father. We used to do that too. Like there were people that would want fish for like an event or something. They'd send us on runs, and we'd come back and bring like bluegill, bass, crappie. Fun times.
One place near me, like Jeffrey Energy Center or whatever, has like a little pond there, and it's like one day we caught like probably like a catfish every like 30 seconds because there was a feeder where it was crazy.
Yeah, I remember one fishing trip that my dad and that well, really it was like a whole vacation for the family, but we were like a lot, but it was like a church event. This was like when I was a teenager, but we went about a
My
couple
day.
hours to the south of where I live, of where we used to live, and we went out there late one night to go crappie fishing out there. And it's crazy that out of the six of us that went, only my dad and I caught fish that whole time. And we brought back like 10 fish. Like, we were getting all the bites and everything.
My grandpa used to set lines out on the Kansas River, and he'd catch like 80-pound flathead. Insane.
Dang. You guys ain't got me off topic here. I miss fishing. I haven't really fished as much since my dad had passed. I mean, it's been a decade, but still, it's
Fishing.
different. It's different. Last time I went fishing might have been like a little over a year, maybe close to 2 years ago. It was with my brother. I'm getting off task though. You guys got me talking about fish.
Severe warning. My mic is like just not close to me at all.
Huh?
My mic was like not close to me at all. So
Oh.
now it's gonna fall.
Yeah, I'm getting. Yeah, I'm still trying to get used to the setup here, like not having the mic too close, because these condenser mics pick up on everything, man. Like if I go like right here, like it's dramatically like louder.
Can I take the legs off of this thing? No, I can't.
Look at you though. There's been 10 plus people on here, and you are talking consistently. I am proud of you, by the way. Just wanted to say that. Just thought I'd say that. Baconator Henry, ladies and gentlemen. To all 11 of you that are on right now. Ooh. Excuse me. But anyway, though, those of you that are tuning in for the first time, or tuning in or tuning back in, we're still monitoring the severe weather that's starting to occur over here towards south central Texas here. We have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings right now, all for hail and damaging winds. Some of these are starting to increase in hail size. We have $half size hail with this one storm over here just to the east of Abilene. And then beyond that point, we mainly just have 1 inch hail and 60 mile per hour winds here. We are still monitoring the potential threat of maybe some damaging wind gusts and tornadoes, but right now things have remained relatively tame. We do maybe want to watch some areas a little further off to the north and east that'll be watching for storms to develop right on the edge of this warm sector. I'm gonna try to draw it out here if I can. Change it to red though, so that way you know exactly what I'm talking about. But right about here, give or take a little bit, I think this is where our warm front is draped. Anywhere south of that, there's a chance of a storm firing. Anything a little further off towards the west here is going to be too cold. It's going to be behind our cold front, and then the threat of winter weather comes into play. And we could maybe even see some significant impacts before the night is done here. We're pretty much likely to see that. So, like I said, plenty to cover here, but right now, as far as Texas is concerned at the moment, it's pretty tame. The heavy snow right now is mainly going to be more so over towards Colorado now, towards southeastern Colorado, but eventually it will be pushing to the south and east towards areas like Amarillo and also Lubbock. Then eventually, maybe even sneaking its way just to the south of Oklahoma City. But impacts over there are going to start to wane from that point. But that's pretty much the overview for tonight, or the overnight threat, I should say. There is going to be another couple of days here, the next couple of days actually. We're going to have even more chances for severe weather and maybe even more significant chances, possibly. So, like I said, busy times are ahead here. So, stay tuned, because we're just getting started in reality. 17 likes. Haven't had numbers like this in a while. I want to say thank you to everyone who's tuned in so far. So these storms are starting to look like they're picking up speed too, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed that or not, Baconator. And also here's a hail report right here just to the south of Tuscola. Looks like Baconator got disconnected. So that moment when your admin Tom and Jerry's himself with the microphone on his foot. I hope that was funny to some of you. I tried to make it funny. I'm sorry, I'm not a comedian. Anyway, I'm going to check and see if there's any sort of way we can get visual of these storms. There's not a whole lot of chasers out here during this time of night, as you can imagine, so getting visuals is going to be a little bit difficult. Let me check. I'm going to check one other site here and see if we can't get anything going. Because these storms are on the way towards Brownwood. They have enough lightning to where you could probably see them from a good distance now. I see. I hear you, Baconator. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Alright, let's see. Do we have any sort of camera that we can look at right now from here? I don't think we have what we're looking for here. Oh, it's in Florida. Daggone it. All right, let's see. Yeah, we don't have any cameras over here at all. It is super remote over here towards western Texas. Wait, wait. I might have found something here. Nope, never mind. No, I didn't. I find it absolutely crazy that towards this side of town, there's not even a DOT camera that we can pull up.
Back.
Nice. Hope you enjoyed your food. Dang, man. It's crazy over here towards West Texas. You can't even pull up a DOT camera. Sheesh. So it
Do you have
looks,
any water on you right now?
huh?
Are you drinking water?
No, I don't have water on me right now. Should grab
Um,
some.
yeah, you should. I'm gonna go get some.
I will in a little bit. I just find it absolutely crazy right now that over towards areas like Abilene, no cameras at all. That's wild. What the heck was that? Was that my phone? Was that my phone?
Ugh.
No, I heard like a quack noise, but I know I don't have a duck ringtone on my phone here. Could that have been my phone vibrating on a coin here? 'Cause I have like a quarter that's on my mouse pad. My phone was on it. But even so, that just kind of confused me. Anyway, yeah, so it looks like we're not going to be able to really get any visuals of this at all here. Sorry to anyone that was looking for that. So if by some chance something big happens, just try and take my word for it. And just heed your warnings because it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to pull anything up visually unless we get over towards Fort Worth here. You always want that visual confirmation. Unfortunately, we're not getting that right now. So there's a new inflow notch here on this Iran storm that's on 190 right here. It's not a super impressive one. It's a very messy inflow notch. A lot of rain in there, but if it cleans itself up, then maybe there could be a chance it produces. It's doing it again. Why is my phone making a duck noise? What the heck is going on here? And my ringer's off. That's the crazy part. Unless that's you, isn't it? It's Baconator, if you out here trying to play games, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you later. Trust me. Anyway. Looks like this storm, I think, is going to try to bow out here to the south here. We could have a big damaging windstorm here if this continues to go on its current trend. Thankfully, we don't see evidence of that based on the velocity map, though. But if you're over towards Sonora here, you do need to be keeping an eye on this. And then maybe just to the south of the south of El Dorado here. We need to be watching this as well.
I am back.
Nice. Yeah, it's really rural out here to the west here. Once you get past Austin here. And I really need to finish that playlist that I've been working on. Just thought about it. Oh, I know what I could do and that just gave me an idea of something I could do for members.
Oh my god, I'm looking back at my voice, and like the noise canceling is trying to cancel things that I say, and it.
You mean like right now where it just cut you off completely?
God, okay.
I
I
remember,
hate Discord. How do I turn noise suppression off? Wait, no, then because you can like hear me. Whatever.
Contingents mentioned something about that a while ago, but I can't really remember just what that was.
Voice video. Oh, maybe I'll just use push to talk. That might be better.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what the San Angelo storm's doing. There is definitely an increase in lightning right now with that winter storm. We've been following that one for a minute, so she's maturing pretty good. And there's actually a little inflow notch right here too.
Where are we looking?
The winter storm. One we've been talking about for a little bit now. Ah, so that was you. I was about to say. I know my phone's ringer isn't on, and I know I don't have a duck ringtone. Of course.
Sorry, I'll stop.
I know, that's fine. It's like...
Which winter storm? There's like a big area.
No, I said the town of Winters, remember?
Oh, whatever.
Well, I mean, it's pretty easy to make that mistake considering that literally just about probably quit a good maybe 50 to 100 miles away. There's like winter storm warnings.
That is a... Yeah, okay.
Talk about dynamic. I didn't think the storm system would be moving at this slow of a pace though, however. Let me see if maybe there's some winter weather we could look at in the meantime as well.
We need some sounds for like our Discord.
Yeah, but the only thing with Discord is like you gotta boost the server to actually get decent sound quality. That's the only issue.
Wait, what
Yeah.
if I did this? Would it be a bad thing if I turned the bitrate to 8 kilobytes per second?
On what though?
The Discord.
Discord? I guess you could try it. I don't know if it's gonna be I don't know if it's a great idea, but knock yourself out, man.
Alright, hello.
I mean,
Hello. Oh god, that's awful.
yeah, no.
Never again. Like 80.
Yeah, you sound muffled as all can be right now, man.
Right, hello?
Yeah, you sound better now.
Okay, you don't. Hold on. All right. Hi.
Yeah, you're there. I hear you.
Okay, there we go.
Let me see if I can pull up Dumas or something. Maybe I can take
That
a look at.
info notch is a little crazy.
Nah, Discord's real weird when it comes to this. When it comes to this kind of stuff with audio, it's an absolute headache sometimes. Not bashing them,
Oh,
but
inflow notch.
well, huh?
The inflow notch.
On winners,
Yeah.
switch over. I'm gonna switch back over to that then.
Velocity doesn't look great, but
The inflow notch is there.
yeah.
The main thing that's gonna limit the tornado threat is kind of the lack of the kinematics right now, because
When
our
are they supposed to pick up?
huh? You said
Huh?
what?
When are they gonna pick up?
I don't know if it's really gonna pick up tonight, because I think that based off what I'm seeing here, I'm actually gonna go to multi-regional for a second. But I think tornado threat really picks up tomorrow. But the I think the dip in the jet stream is still kind of leaning back west of Santa Fe still. The low pressure area, the way we're generating lift, it's still way back here, so we're lagging like pretty heavy right now. So that's kind of working against these storms really taking off, is because that, and also we're dealing with storms at like what, almost 2 a.m. my time, 1 a.m. yours. There's no daytime heating to work with. Instability built throughout the day and it held well, but yeah. Yo, hey, Mia, what's up? But
You see this little storm near Graham? Velocity looks not great, but
inflow notch is there. I mean, the storms are doing good with like breathing and maintaining. It's just they're not really evolving beyond that point. These storms are pretty much forming right on the boundary, and that's just gonna, and from that point, that's just that. Yeah, like
anyways,
it's not really even. I mean, it's an inflow notch, but yeah, like I remember looking at some of the hodiographs, and it just wasn't really looking like a whole lot of anything. Mother Nature does what she wants, Mia. That's how it works. I mean, you can get severe storms at any time of day or night. It all depends on whether everything comes together or not. And well, really, I think with this one, a lot of it has to do with the ridging we already had in place. It was still pretty warm. It's still in the 60s over in some of these areas. Yeah, that can happen anywhere though, and that's exactly what's happening here. But this is just a really dynamic storm system. We had that really strong ridging over here out ahead of this storm, where we're getting 60s and some places even 70s throughout the day. And then right behind this, we actually have winter weather going on. Like if we actually look over towards Colorado, for example, we actually have like heavy snow going on towards Pueblo, and then eventually this is going to work its way all the way down here towards the Panhandle of Texas and Oklahoma. Hence why we have these yellow and orange areas right here. It's the winter storm severity index, and we could see some moderate to even significant impacts here. So that's just kind of going to show just how impressive this storm system is and the parameters surrounding it.
What's going on with the little El Dorado thing?
The El Dorado storm.
Or one near El Dorado, yeah. It's like the south part of it. Looks
It's,
sort of weird.
it's trying to bow out. Watch. If you go into the loop here, you'll kind of see it.
I mean, I see it like the south part of it. Just been this little thing. Sort of weakened out, but
Yeah, it's. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. That little appendage that's trying to get going.
it's trying, but
Like I said, I think it's mainly because of just how far away the central point of lift is. Just not really enough lift to really get that to take off right now. And the further east that it goes and outruns some of the better kinematics, I think that's gonna drop the chances for the moment. I think by early tomorrow morning we could be talking a different story here. Like I said, I really think like with this one, this was more the first round gets going, was getting going. We went live for that. Then once we get towards probably closer to 12 to 15Z, I think we'll start to see some resurgence with these storms. Hence why they have the marginal risk here, and then eventually, as it goes further to the east, everything comes together a little bit better here. But that's also why they didn't really include Dallas. Well, I think they didn't really include areas like Dallas, Fort Worth, and all those guys in the marginal risk for tomorrow, because this is just gonna pretty much end up being an MCS at that point. What I'm interested in tomorrow in particular, though, is the fact that some of this may actually end up serving as like a confluence band and setting up an outflow boundary for those new storms tomorrow, especially towards the afternoon.
inflow notch is still definitely there, but just not anything to really make it do anything.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll give this another 30, and then we'll probably rest for tonight and then prepare for tomorrow.
What time are you probably gonna get on tomorrow?
I'm still trying to figure it out. It could be earlier in the day because, like I said, it could be a couple of different rounds. Like I said, we'll go over it. We're gonna actually go over it by looking at the HRRR because I'm pretty sure, not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that 06Z should be in by now. Because usually 2 p.m. that's when 18Z run comes in. So, wow, it's literally just started. So I guess it takes longer overnight. Yeah, I'm like that too, if I'm being honest, Mia. Whenever it's really quiet, I kind of look for a good thunderstorm. Just to, just for a change of pace, really. So I'm definitely with you there. I'd love to see a nice little couple rumbles of thunder, but actually, on Monday, my area is under a slight risk, actually. And also, I'm pretty sure new update came in for Monday's slight risk as well. Oh, okay. Yeah, it did come in, and here's something interesting to make note of here. I actually called this in the video that I made earlier today. Cause if we go back an outlook or two earlier, this was just barely having the Atlanta area in that slight risk. Now they've extended it all the way to the Georgia-Tennessee line here. Because what I ended up seeing was I saw an area begin to develop here right along the front around 22Z. And I saw Cape values above 1,000 here. and a little bit of LLJ here as well, low level jet. So I was thinking that maybe something could pop off here. Probably some damaging wind potential there. Oh, I'm smack dab in the middle of that.
Smack that.
I'm right up in there. I'm right up in that 5% area. And there's the wind threat, and then 5% hail threat too. Wow.
Well, try not to die. That wouldn't be fun.
Geez, that's really comforting. Try not to die. Nah, I'm pretty sure I'll be fine. Virginia is like the far southern tip of Virginia is in that marginal. But yeah, you're like far, yeah, like maybe the far like southeasternmost part of Virginia's in that marginal risk. Mainly, you're dealing with the garden variety thunderstorms, from the looks of things. I wouldn't expect anything major. Oh, Charleston's in there too, so I guess I better contact my brother. Maybe he'll watch the stream tomorrow.
I hope so. I'd love to meet your brother. I'm gonna get like banned, actually, now.
Nah, if you do something to mess with my brother, we gonna have a problem then.
No, he'd probably mess with you. I wouldn't mess with him, but
Nah,
or I'd mess with him.
nah, he doesn't even do that, to be honest.
Well, it's not like you're like one cousin or whatever.
Cousin?
It was someone that you used to know who like came in here. Your sister, maybe?
It was my sister.
Oh.
Nah, she always plays around like that. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. When do things pop off for what, your area?
Probably never at this point. It's only, February 11th.
It's literally February 11th. Yeah, exactly. It's not your time yet.
Whatever.
It would be ain't no there's no whatever. No. It's usually going to be more so towards April. Towards
Earlier in the year.
mid to late April is when I think you'll start to see more activity.
What if I'm dead by then?
Oh, brother. What, you think I can control the weather? Shoot you.
Probably. Do like a little rain dance or something.
Oh, you know what? Just for that, I'm going to laugh at you extra hard if by some chance Kansas City loses tomorrow or today.
I really could care less about Kansas City.
I know.
Okay, do I sound bad right now? Because it's like saying like the internet's like red and yellow, but then it'll go up to green.
You sound understandable. Like you sound like I can understand everything you're saying. I can hear you pretty well. So
Okay.
I don't think it's anything bad. It's just maybe the internet connection where you are right now is a little bit sketch.
I swear, I hate this internet that we have here. We're like not installing fiber anywhere, so our internet caps out at like 65 megabytes per second.
Ah. Okay.
I managed the router.
Yeah,
That's the address.
I wish I could have a router in my room, but because of reasons, it's best suited in someone else's room at the moment. The booster definitely helps, though, that we have in the center of the house. Like, there's a little booster that you could plug into a wall outlet that sometimes helps. Wait, hold on a second. What's wrong with the halftime show? That's Usher you're talking about, man.
Halftime shows have been sort of crappy though lately.
if I'll be surprised if Usher does it like a bad halftime show. Then again, he's in Atlanta. He's one of ours from Atlanta, so yeah. Or we consider him one of our own. So maybe I'm a little bit biased, but even so,
Maybe a little bit. Actually, I hope Kansas City loses. I hope the Chiefs lose.
really,
Yeah, they've won too much.
that's fair. That's fair. That's a fair. That's a fair way of calling it. I mean, I'd love to see Brock Purdy get his flowers because he was like the last person to be drafted out of the quarterbacks. And it kind of reminds me of somebody else's story, even though at one point everybody hated him because of how much he won. And you know who that person was? Tom
Me.
Brady. No, shut up. It's Tom Brady. Tom Brady was actually Mr. Irrelevant. And then we all got to see the kind of career he had. I would love to see Brock Purdy have that moment as well.
I don't even pay attention to sports. I can probably name like two players on the Chiefs.
Patrick Mahomes and probably Travis Kelsey.
Patrick Mahomes and Tiger Woods.
Shut
Oh
up.
wait, no, that's golf.
Shut up. That's two different. That's
Yeah,
two guys
Travis
from two
Kelsey.
different sports.
Oh,
Two different guys from two entirely different sports.
shut up. You know what I meant.
Black. Okay. Okay. You know. Me. I'm trying not to be rude, cause me is trolling and saying Dallas Cowboys in next year's Super Bowl. To that, all I have to say is, yeah, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Dak's gonna choke on another playoff game just like this year and all the years before. The meme, there's literally a meme now, Baconator, where because his snap cadence, Dak Prescott's snap cadence is basically he's like, yeah, here we go. And then he said, what rapid set, but basically everybody asks him the question now. Hey Dak, you ready to choke on another playoff game this year? And then he responds with, "Yeah, here we go." What's that? It's funny. But yeah, everybody has been absolutely grilling the Cowboys for this year's playoff loss, even though it's been like how many years in a row. But regardless, it's been hilarious.
Lame.
But yeah, if you go on the internet and just look up the Cowboy playoff memes, you will never run out of content to find.
Ty, come to Discord real quick.
Okay, what's going on with Discord?
You see the little things that I'm putting in the chat?
What are you put?
I don't know what these are, but
Huh? Oh, what the heck?
I don't know.
What? Okay. I don't know. Okay, no. I'm gonna get you. I got something for you later. I'm gonna deal with you later.
I'm gonna be asleep later, so
Honestly,
wake up with a very heartfelt message.
nah. I'll just send you a song of like Cannibal Corpse or something. Since I know you aren't into the really extreme metal, I'll just do it just to ruin your morning. Mia just said best Super Bowl in history, the Commanders versus the Cowboys. I got my money on the Commanders. They're a lot less likely to choke. Baconators winning the Super Bowl? Okay. So who do you throw over the top rope then? In order to win the Super Bowl, you gotta throw me over the top rope. Yeah, you gotta throw me over the top rope 30 times.
What?
Yeah, if you win, you gotta. In order to win the Super Bowl, you gotta throw me over the top rope 30 times.
What?
You didn't watch wrestle. You didn't watch wrestling growing up, did you?
No.
So in wrestling, there's this little event. Apparently, it's called like the Royal Rumble, and the way you win the match is to be the last one in the ring. Everybody else, like everybody has to try to throw the other person. Well, you have to throw everybody out of the ring, or you have to try and throw everybody out. It's like 30 people in that match. Yeah, and then the last man standing, basically main event's like a big pay-per-view event. That type of thing. But yeah, if you're going to if you're going to win the Super Bowl, the only way you do that is throw me over the top rope.
I'll do it. I'll just
I'm just
wait a few years.
no.
Wait for me to be like 30 or something.
What if I'm dead then? I'm just kidding.
What'd you say?
What if I'm dead then? That's what you said earlier.
Okay, shut up. That wasn't me. That was Casper the Ghost.
That was lame.
Shut up.
No.
You know what? Just for that, I'm going on to the funny bone.
Okay. Don't forget to like.
Why is it at 19? Should be at 20. Whatever.
A lot of people have been maybe somebody is not really a fan of the Tom. There's probably like always a couple of people that aren't a fan of the slow times and tomfoolery right now. Because I mean, literally nothing's really going here.
Yeah.
Even the segments that are like bowing out, like if you actually look at these with velocity right now, just nothing going. It's like I said, it's just really a matter of the low pressure area just being too far away, and those kinematics just not quite being where they would need to be to really get this to take off here. Oh, speaking of which, that reminds me, we're gonna go ahead and try and look at some of the latest data here. Oh wait, that's right. HRRR is just starting to come in, so we can't even look at it yet. This is what you remember earlier today in Discord where I talked about, or the other day where I was talking about being in the middle of what's called a model cusp. This is what I'm referring. Or I actually put that post on YouTube, actually. That was last night, because I got home at like 8 p.m. or something like that, or maybe like more towards 8:30. And literally all of the convective models that I would use for the weekend forecast were uploading then.
Okay, I think the video of you being Marge Simpson like disappeared. So.
I'll look for it later.
Okay. Wait, no, that's lightning.
Okay, but yeah, this is what I was talking about here, though. Where I'm just waiting for new model data to come in. Because NAM 3 kilometer hasn't even come in yet, but it will start in just a little bit here. Basically, almost all of this model data here is about to be outdated completely. Only thing I could maybe look at, and I don't really even want to use it, is the GFS data.
No.
Well, to answer your question though, Mia, usually what the meteorologists will probably end up doing is they'll end up going over the model data that they've used for the forecast here, just to kind of make revisions. because remember, weather is always changing. So you just kind of go off the readings that you get, and from that point, you call your audible, so to speak. So, say for example, like, all right, we got the severe thunderstorm watch that we have for this area, right? And just not really a whole lot going on. Usually, there's some parameter that hasn't really come into play yet, or or a fail parameter that has come into play. And what'll happen with that is they'll make a revision to their forecast. Sometimes that'll mean they end up trimming back a watch or something. Or if we see an uptrend, same thing happens. And then also that's how those meso discussions, like this little area here in the blue, even though this one's like maybe 2 hours old, that's how these come to be. Nah, it's a constant. I'm pretty sure with the way things work in a National Weather Service station, it's a constant stream of communication and data that's flowing at all times. And that's kind of why I like having the admins here and the mods, especially those of us that are more familiar or learning to be more familiar, because I think anybody would feel that way too, just looking at a radar screen with colors. Hey, if that's what you want to do, more power to you. I don't really think I'm built for TV too much. No, I don't necessarily cuss on here. I'm the kind that would I want the freedom to be able to say occasionally suggestive things without some producer screaming in my face or in my ear.
So if you ever go chasing, you could be on the news.
No, I know. If trust me, if I had a vehicle that did not leak power steering fluid right now, I would be more inclined to try and chase.
I'll give you one of those little cars that you push with your feet, like the McDonald's looking cars. I'll give you one of those. You can chase in that.
No.
Oh.
Shut up. Anyway, but no, the power steering reservoir in our car has a hole in it, and it's leaking a lot of fluid at a time. So, yeah. Really, it's a pain to just try and even drive the thing right now, because literally you could do like a 20-minute drive and you could have the reservoir full and then it's empty. So,
Genuine question, do you have a random, or not random, like an emergency thing of power steering fluid in your car?
yes, at all times. Because literally, every time that you end a trip going even in just one direction, you probably will still have to put power steering fluid in just so you can turn the car comfortably. I mean, you can do it without it, but it's not fun. It's a workout.
No, if you have to do a U-turn or something.
It's awful doing a U-turn with no power steering. I've done it, and I absolutely hated it. It's horrible. But answer your question, well, not answer your question, but I see your comments here, Mia. Being good on camera, I don't really feel like I'm good on camera even. But then again, thankfully, it's just a tiny little webcam that you see me on. It's far different than the cameras that they have in there. It would probably make me freeze too. So it's not like you're the only one that would feel that way. I could understand it.
The face is too small on this screen.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't want to take up a whole screen because then the content that you actually want to see, which is the weather stuff, you know,
I'd happily watch you talk.
huh?
I'd happily watch you like rant about weather for like 8 hours at a time.
Shoot, I was half tempted to talk about what NWS Milwaukee did with that rating yesterday. That was so weird. Like I'm still like just kind of confused about that whole thing. You have an EF3 damage indicator that you confirmed, and yet you say
No,
I want two of the indicators, and unless I get two, I'm still going to rate it EF2 when the practice has almost always been, even if it's just one damage indicator that's EF3 or higher, that passes the whole building code inspection process, so on and so forth. I just I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm missing. I mean, those guys are professionals,
ugh.
but still, and they're engineers. That's something I'm not for sure, but and I'm not gonna try to act like I am. But it's just the way they put out that message and described it. I mean, if it's,
It
I
makes sense when I was reading it.
yeah, the way, yeah, it's just like you're going against your own words. Yeah, going against your own words is just, you just put yourself in a losing battle and just made it to where you're gonna be grilled for it by pretty much everybody, every weather enthusiast, and a lot of other weather stations, even probably. Because I mean, if the damage indicator wasn't EF3 and it was EF2 135, it's like that's fine, okay, understandable. If you don't think it was EF3 140, then okay. But you say that it's EF3 140, but still say the tornado is EF2. Which one is it? You know, I mean, it doesn't, just, none of it makes any sense. Because, I mean, well, at the end of the day, the rating doesn't really matter. What matters is the people that were affected by it. Even Vince, you know, Vince had a
Yeah,
close
his
call with,
house not get hit.
yeah, like Vince Welty's house was in the path of that. He was chasing that storm and he was like really nervous about it. Like that, like watching that video that he posted after the event and just hearing how nervous he was tough. It's tough for me to watch because I'm like, dang, I can only imagine what that feels like. But still,
Can you
just
imagine how I felt when I was in that tornado emergency?
which one? Which one was
Uh,
that?
2019 Linwood.
Oh, that one. You want to know an interesting fun fact about that storm, by the way?
Sure.
Reed Timmer actually launched an instrument probe in the tornado via a little mini rocket setup, and that information just got processed finally.
Oh.
Like it was a successful. Not only was it like a successful launch, but the probe got like excellent readings. Like he posted it on his YouTube earlier, yesterday. So, yeah.
Hmm. I know that was really scary. What, like with tornadoes like that, at least according to my uncle, they'll go like northeast for a little bit, and then once they intensify, they'll go straight north, which would have been like right through the. Well, I don't want to expose my location too much here, but
Yeah, I know where you are. I know where you are. You don't have
yeah,
to. You don't have to say it. But yeah,
right through campus and stuff. We'll just say that.
yeah, it was close. Yeah, when I studied that storm again, looking at some of the radar imagery, I realized how close it was to.
Yeah.
The one that always stands out for me was the Noonan storm in 2021, or that outbreak.
One day ago, breaking news: first ever rocket launch into a hashtag tornado.
Yeah, that's Reed's video.
Lawrence 52819. I'm gonna mute and watch this.
Well, we'll probably be ending the stream in probably the next 10 to 20 minutes. So, you'll get a chance. Just trying to give HRRR a chance to upload here, but it might not do that till about 3. And I'm not trying to stay on that long. We'll just use NAM 3 kilometer as best as we can at this point.
Why does he sound like that? Sounds like an AI is reading it.
I've been getting intermittent rain, Mia, so. But even so, like, I don't know. I've been kind of dealing with the skewed sleep schedule. Well, if all else fails, YouTube's the way to go. If Mother Nature won't cooperate with you, which in this case it probably won't, at least not tonight. Well, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and try to close things out here. And this is how we're going to be looking for tomorrow here. The way I usually will break these down is I'll end up looking at a wind profile map, which is what you see here. And this is also why this setup kind of didn't really do much of anything. It didn't manifest entirely. It's because, well, here's that low pressure that we were talking about over here, Baconator. Look how far away that is. This is about current time.
I believe you.
But yeah, you see it, right?
I'm not even looking at anything. I'm watching a little video.
Oh.
So 85.1 meters per second is like what? 190?
85.1.
85.1 meters per second.
Uh-oh. Let me get it back. Actually, I'm going to look that up real quick.
Maximum pressure deficit of a negative 113.5 HPA. I don't know what that means, but that's cool.
Hertz per. I can't remember the A part. I think it's it's a type of measurement for decibels. It's based off signal. It doesn't necessarily have anything to do with vorticity. This has to do with pressure, actually, Mia. So these contour lines in particular are pressure contours. But this is also looking at wind energy or wind speeds. The blue and purple, you're at about 40 knots. Once you start getting into the reds, that's when you're starting to get into those really strong wind speeds. Like right here where we're getting up to about 80 knots. We were a little bit faster, getting up to 100 knots. That's actually considered what's called a jet streak. And if coupled with the right conditions during a severe event, can produce significant tornadoes. Wow. Yep, that lets you know I'm sleepy.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm just fumbling my words left and right. That's all.
Yeah.
But this is what we're dealing with right about now. Things don't really seem to come together. Maybe way late tonight something might get going, but I think this is going to be too little too late with the lack of instability that we'll have here. But as we go to tomorrow, I can see a little something try to get going towards 22Z here. This might be our confluence band, and then from there, this is when we'll start to see these storms over here towards Louisiana start to fire. But interesting thing to note here is the NAM 3 kilometers kind of showing something entirely different from the HRRR. or at least from the last ARRR run that I saw, which was 00Z. Of course, 06Z is loading, and that's going to take like 1,000 years. But with this setup here, not much really changes with the target area, in my opinion. Of course, this is all going to probably change up a little bit once this model updates, which will probably be like another hour out from now before that even starts. Then from that point, we'll begin to see this low pressure really start to coil up here, really start to intensify. And I think this is where the winter weather concern really kicks up for the Midwest and the Ohio Valley, along with the severe threat. And this is where I get concerned over here towards the Georgia-Alabama line here. These little spread points right here usually are potential areas of interest for severe weather. And you kind of even see that little ski jump look here. So this Monday could be a pretty big day too. Maybe even bigger than Sunday now, based off of how this is trending and if this continues. But these storms could linger even into the evening hours towards the Carolinas, and then eventually we see a little bit of a cool down. Then we're watching the storm work its way off to the mid-Atlantic and then out of here. Well, that's more so sunlight hitting the surface, daytime heating. If it's cloudy, you don't get that same kind of effect, Mia. That's the key to it all. If you get those breaks in the clouds, that's when you get that daytime heating, and that's when that, coupled along with other elements, is usually what'll get things going. Go ahead and take a look at the low-level jet here. You enjoying your video, Baconator?
Yeah.
A lot of interesting stuff in there, huh?
Yeah.
Here's a good way of looking right here. We can look at the low-level jet, and we'll see what your area ends up looking like tomorrow on Monday, Mia. So, in regards to tomorrow, NAM's kind of going away with the low-level jet here. Usually you'll have to have a parameter that ends up overcoming all of that. Usually if you can get a good moisture flow, and if the temperatures are already warm in general, or let's say like the area of low pressure is in the right spot that it needs to be, you can often overcome that. But it usually takes a lot more. It takes a lot more for that kind of scenario to play out. Not saying that it can't, but in this case, it seems pretty unlikely. Then again, I've been seeing a lot of changes with the forecast here over the last couple of days. One thing I'm making note of here, NAM's kind of showing the low-level jet a little bit further off to the east than I would be expecting here. But in regards to the Monday setup, though, wow, look at that. Low-level jets there in bulk, and at minimum you're hitting 40 knots, which is at least the bottom end of things. By the time we get towards peak time, we're getting up to 50, maybe even some 60 knot areas possible here. It's over towards Atlanta too. So this actually looks somewhat concerning from my area here. There's a chance you could see a storm fire here, but I wouldn't expect too much out of it. You're going to lose a lot of that daytime heating, a lot of that instability for your area. Yeah. You pretty much got that one right though. All right, I'm just waiting for this to load here. We'll look at the moisture return. Yeah, I'll be sleeping just a second here. Here's the moisture return, Baconator.
Huh?
Here's that moisture return for tomorrow. And this is why I
Ooh.
think that there could be an upgrade. Look at this.
Yeah.
We're getting into the mid 60s on that when we get towards peak time. And then look what happens tomorrow. Look at how that moisture is advecting. It's a whole moisture nose right here. So that's also why I think they stretched that slight risk up to the north too now.
Yeah. It was sort of driving me crazy. During that tornado, my mom was like going upstairs and trying to care for plants or whatever, like bring them inside.
Oh my
Even
goodness.
though it was like, tornado emergency at the time. I was like, what the
Get out. Like, who cares about the plants?
curse word are you doing? And the thing is, she grew up around tornadoes and stuff. So, obviously she didn't realize that there was a mile-wide rain-wrapped tornado on the ground. But, yeah,
Mm.
that sort of takes me off there.
Yeah, it would. If my mom did that, I'd be pretty upset too. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I would be pretty upset with mom. I'm like, what are you doing?
At the time, it wasn't a tornado emergency, but better safe than sorry. 'Cause,
There's
yeah,
that instability. There's that instability we're looking for. Wind profile's trash though.
don't be mean to the wind profile. It has feelings too.
Man, look at this hodograph.
Ew.
Exactly. This wind profile is
Why
absolutely,
did
yeah,
it go up so high?
like it's all looped. It's looped in both levels, both the low levels and the mid levels. I'm like, sheesh, that is a garbage wind profile right there. This looks better though. And look at those lapse rates again.
It still looks weird though. That photograph.
It looks better than that other one, that's for sure. It looks like
Yeah.
it looks linear. It looks linear for sure. Like I said, Nam's kind of been a little bit sloppier with this one in comparison. Hopefully it's right though, because then that would limit things. But also another thing is that it's a little bit more conservative with that instability here, unless you're further to the south. So it's gonna be one of those touch and go forecasts, I feel like. It really just kind of gives me that feel. I'll just go ahead and look at reflectivity, see what it does. Just pop in on Discord. We'll talk about it at some point soon. I have more time on my hands right now, especially, so I like a lot more time on my hands. Almost not, it's actually not a good thing, but still. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at this. There's that MCS. And then here's that confluence area. NAM is really kind of working against this setup now. It's really, if anything, it's showing it's leaning into Mississippi. Then here's that first round in the morning for the southeast for my area, then over to the south. Then here's that second round. It looks like a really messy mode here. Oh, here we go. You see that clearing right that will be right around to the south of Atlanta? Those clouds break right there. That could be a big deal. If we get some sunshine in the cracks of those, that's going to be a big thing for Monday in particular. Still not even close to finished on the HRRR, man. Jeez. Just went through that whole. I just skimmed through all of that, and it's still not done. And I took my time. All right, I think that'll do it.
Yeah, I'm like falling asleep in my chair.
Yeah. Well, check the radar. I'm gonna check the radar one more time. It's pretty much remaining pretty consistent here. So, for anyone that's still involved in this severe thunderstorm watch, there is still a chance that you could see some hail, albeit I do think that with the way parameters are now, it won't be of major significance. Areas a little further to the east, I would expect some thunder and lightning, but I would not expect anything along the lines of anything major. Tornadic activity, I think, will probably stay to a minimum, as well as damaging wind activity, but it could get pretty loud overnight for some of y'all. For those of you that are over here towards Fort Worth and Dallas. That being said, you guys have a good night. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, it's been Ty, Metal Weatherman, and the crew. We will see you next time. Good night.
Bye.
Also, shut up, Baconator.
You shut up.
Night, everybody.